Hey everybody, how are we all? Can everyone hear me first? Just make sure that you can hear me. Who have we got? CJ, Shining, Judo Pot, Charlie Girl, Gloria. How are we all? Thanks for coming. Today I want to introduce you to a story. So can you all hear me? Yep. Spirit time. So William Tyrrell is a story in Australia that is kind of like our summer story. Hey, Curious Rose, how are you, my darling? So I want to introduce you to it. Now, this is a really big story, and today I'm just going to go over the timeline and introduce you to the case. And then I'm going to start doing a series where we're actually going to start breaking down each section. So William Tyrrell has been missing now for about 7 years. I do want to ask that we stay very respectful in the chat because his family could be around, his foster family could be around, and it still is an open case. So I just want to stay very respectful for that as well. But obviously we are here for William, and I just want to tell his story and try and get his story out. As we go through, if there is parts that you want to look more into, feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to make that one of the parts that we do go into further on. But as I start going through, you will see that it is a huge case, and there has been lots that have happened and is still happening today. And that's another reason why I wanted to bring it forward. Hi, lovely. Hi, Mark. So this is beautiful William. He went missing from Kendall, what's in New South Wales in Sydney. And he was 3 years old when he went missing. But he's so gorgeous. So we'll go through a bit first. So William was removed from his parents' care by New South Wales Department of Family and Community Services. What over here in Australia we call them, they're facts now, but they used to be called docs. Just in saying that, and I know a lot of us from other cases have seen how docs are and family services, and that in Australia it's no different. Ours are terrible. And I mean, I speak from experience because at one stage I had all 4 of my children removed from docs as well. It wasn't, at the time I wasn't in the wrong. It was my ex-partner, but I fought and I got all my kids returned. Sadly, this case didn't happen the same. But I just want to put it out there that we know how docs are, and this is another case where docs really did let this little boy down and his family. So going back, he was removed from his parents' care. It was sought an order when he was just 7 months old. William's biological mother, now I'm not going to be saying names, and that's because of Australian laws. We're not allowed to release the names of the parents. So there are major players that we will be talking about. It's the biological parents and the foster parents, because he was a child that was in care. So William's biological mother has already told his inquest how she was alarmed when she later found out that her son was being adopted out without her knowledge. So again, this is another child that was taken into care that should have only been temporarily. It should have been sorted that the children they should always look for a way to return the children to the parents. And this wasn't happening in this case. Again, it was just undermined and trying to adopt him out. And this was just weeks before he was abducted. And hang on, this was just before he's adopted, and this was the last time he was saw during. So this photo here was weeks before he was abducted, and it was when he was last saw by his biological family. And I do want to point out in this picture, William does actually have a black eye, and that's something that in the story we like, do you know what I mean? It needs to be told and needs to come out. So this is the house that William did go missing from. He was 3 years old when he vanished from the home, and it was his foster grandmother's home in New South Wales. It was on the mid-north coast on the morning of September 12th, 2014. William was 3 years old when he vanished from the home of his grandmother's. So we're going to go back a little bit, but I did want to show you the home, and later on I will actually bring up a map and show you where he went missing from as well. The family doesn't own the home anymore, but yeah, it was owned by the grandmother. So we're going back a bit, 2010 and 2011, William Tyrrell's biological parents reunited after a period of estrangement and remained together during the mother's pregnancy of William. On the 26th of the 6th, 2011, William was born. Obviously, that's not the baby photo, but it is one of his birthday ones. During 2011, the couple destined to be the foster parents are approved from the Department of Family and Community Services as carers. The couple is willing to do crisis care and take in a sibling group for long-term placement. So this was the foster parents again. So between 2011 and 2012, docs learnt that William's biological mother and father were back together, and they get a court order to have him removed. Fax tells the foster couple that William is going to be surrendered from his birth family and come into their care. Home. I see everyone coming in. So I'm just going to keep going. So yeah, so again, do you know what I mean? He should have only ever been put into a temporary care. He should never have been put into a situation where he was being adopted out, because all throughout the biological parents were still doing everything they could to try and get William back. And I do want to mention as well, it wasn't just William that was taken from them, it was also his sister. She was a little bit older than William, and she was also put into the same care as William was. So February 2012, Fax gained the court orders to remove William from his birth mother. William's birth parents take off with William, and the police, in concept with the Fax, issue a warrant for the birth mother's arrest. Fax approves the foster parents as William's carers at the time. So she did take off, but they do catch up and remove both the children. On the 15th of the 3rd, 2012, William is found in Sydney's Upper North Shore with the biological parents and is removed from them. On the 16th of the 3rd, 2012, 9-month-old William is placed with the foster parents, supervised by Wesley Mission Dalma out-of-home care. So March to September 2012, William's biological parents see him once a fortnight for between 1 and 3 hours. On July 20, 2012, New South Wales Fax awards the Salvation Army a foster care contract under its new but disbanded Young Hope out-of-home care services. On the 5th of September, the Salvation Army's Young Hope, along with another NGO accredited by the child's guardian to manage the foster care of Fax, Young Hope will take 130 children in its 3 years, including William Tyrrell. So from 2012 to 2013, William's biological parents are told that the foster parents aren't comfortable meeting them. Under the Salvation Army, the birth parents see William for 1 hour once every 2 months on visits, supervised by the Salvation Army. And that was a Ben Atwood who was doing the supervision. Around March 2013, dropping off William for a contact visit, the foster mother sees William's birth father, and another occasion sees the birth mother, but they don't speak. December 2013, if not 12 months earlier, William, his sister, and the foster parents attended a Christmas party at the corner of Ellen Crestnot and Benura Road, Kendall. He was so beautiful. February 2014, William Tyrrell's and sister visit Kendall's home and foster grandmother after the foster grandfather's death. April 2014, during a 1 hour contact visit, William's biological mother notices that instead of calling her mum, William calls her his birth mum. She later says it felt upsetting for William's confusion, and it really would have. So from July to August 2014, William and his sister travel to Bali with the foster carers who buy William a Spider-Man suit. So again, this is going back to what, as I said, about the black eye. August 2014, Ben Artwin, so he was supervising the visits, calls William's birth mother to say that the boy has a black eye, sustained when he is climbing up on the foster father and lost his balance and fell. William's birth mother learns about foster parents' plan to adopt William permanently, and she is not happy. She will later tell New South Wales coroner Harriet Graham, "I didn't agree with the adoption plan. I heard about that through the caseworkers and said it wasn't happening. We were still trying to get William back, and we were at court." Again, this is where I bring in, do you know what I mean? He should have only been in a temporary foster spot or family, because his biological parents were really fighting to get him back and his sister back into their care. And it's another state where docs are overstepping their mark and trying to adopt these children out when they still did have parents that were fighting and still are fighting for them. So the mum's last time with William, on August 21st, 2014, William's birth mother and father see their son at the Chipmunks Play Centre at Macquarie Park in northern Sydney. So northern Sydney is where the foster parents are, I think it is. The visit lasts for 2 hours to make up for the previous visit in June when the mother was sick. William is more affectionate than usual, sitting on her lap and giving her cuddles rather than running around. The birth mother notices the bruises on her son's left eye. This time, Ben and another Salvation Army officer are supervising the fax worker there to assess if William has any behavioural issues or if he needs any more help. The birth parents give William clothes and shoes, and he hugs and kisses them when Ben says it's time to go. And the parents never see William again. So that was the last contact visit. And it would have been really heartbreaking to have the last visit seeing bruises on your child too. So August 25th to September 1st, the foster mother tees up a visit with her husband to travel with William and his sister to her mother's place in Benua Drive in Kendall to sort through property prior to the house sale. The week beginning September 8th, contracts due to exchange on the Benura house after foster grandmother sells property to a friend for a friend. About the same period, Ben Artwork calls William's birth mother to tee up an October visit for the birth mother is worried that William was looking a bit skinny. So the 11th of September 2014 at 2:50, on the last minute change of plan, the foster mother and father leave their Sydney home, and drop their cats at the kennels. By 4 p.m., the foster parents collect William and his sister from the childcare, and they start to drive up to Kendall 1 day earlier than they had planned via the F3 shopping en route at Caltex Wollongong. And then at 6:35 they were at a Raymond Terrace McDonald's. Now I know there is footage of them from the McDonald's going up. It has changed a lot. Like, I lived around the area when I was a child. I actually went to Kendall School, so I know the area, and I know going in and out has changed a lot now. I will go, as I said, I will go on Google Maps later and show you just where it is. But going back even when William was missing, it was just, Jimmy, you'd be able to drive off so easy into where Kendall is from the highway. It's amazing. So at 9 p.m, the foster parents and William and his sister arrive at the Benadryl Drive, so the grandma's. The kids are put to bed in different rooms, and the foster mother discusses a broken washing machine with her mother. Around midnight in the house in the Western Sydney suburbs of Grantville, William's birth mother goes to bed, and the boy's birth father goes to McDonald's for hotcakes. The day William vanishes. So Friday the 12th of September 2019, at 7:30, the foster mother wakes in room with William's sister and hears William playing in the next room. She and the girl try to go back to sleep but can't. At 8 a.m, William and his sister wake up to the foster grandmother. William insists on wearing his Spider-Man suit from Bali, pulls out all his toys from the bedroom he has been sharing with his foster father, and starts playing in the lounge room. The foster father and foster grandmother and William's sister are in the front of the foster mother, where William is behind her. The foster father gets frustrated with all of the noise. So you can just imagine, do you know what I mean? It'll be like going to grandma's, having grandma up, your sister's there, mum's there, dad's there. Obviously, they're foster ones, but yeah. So 8:30, they have a late breakfast of toast, eggs, and Weet-Bix. At 9:03, the foster mother rings for the washing machine repairman. For 38 seconds, the call is going to messages. The children play with the bikes kept out the property and race up and down the driveway, William deliberately crashing into the gardens. Between 9 a.m. and 9:30, the foster father leaves Benadryl Drive for Laurelton Township to buy prescription drugs from the pharmacy and contact businesses calls via Skype. So Laurelton's only about probably a 5-10 minute drive from Kendall, but Kendall's a little bit more in the hills, so you wouldn't get as much reception in there. William and his sister are drawing pictures. They roll dice on the veranda of the house, William rolling the dice hard and jumping out of his skin with his energy. The foster mother photographs William for the last time. He is roaring in a tiger game on the veranda. William gets bored and runs down from the veranda around the grass. It's now 10 a.m, probably between 10:10 and 10:30. After this presentation, I will go back and show you. I do have it on my channel, and it's the foster father walking us through, like, basically this hour and a half of William being awake. And yeah, there's a couple of things that I have that will again show this, but this is just, don't get me wrong, this is just the timeline, and as we all know, things cannot be as they always put out as well. This is just going by what the timeline is, and I do want to go into a lot of it because there are a lot of these parts that need to be looked at. So the foster mother notices that it's quiet and she goes to search for William in the yard. William has vanished. The foster father texts the foster mother saying that he is 5 minutes away. So around 10:30, the foster father returns in his vehicle, and when told by the foster mother William has disappeared, the foster father just bolted running for William. The foster mother didn't see him for ages after that and searches the streets with a female neighbour helping. At 10:56, the foster mother dials the 000 information, informing police that she's the mother of a boy called William who has been missing for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. At 11:06, the police arrive and the neighbours and locals join in the search with police. William's foster mother calls the Salvation Army, and the neighbour contacts friends via Facebook to help in the search. And police begin to search the house, to begin searching from house to house. Again, this is another part straight away where William was let down. When William went missing, he was apparently running around the house. He was in his Spider-Man suit that they brought him from Bali, and that has been a big thing of the case. But they say that he was running around and he just didn't come around one time, and that was when he was gone. Now, as we know, it should have been a crime scene. This is the last place that he was seen. Do you mean it should have been taped off? And a bit like what we've seen in Summer's case, a lot of the community came together, and it's what Australians do. We do it. Everyone wants to help, and so many people they were looking for William, but they were just trampling over any evidence that could have been there. And I believe so much was lost because of, do you know what I mean? It's not people wanting to do bad, just so many people going through and searching at the time, but that's what it happened. So around 4 p.m, the police in Sydney knock on the door of William's biological parents and ask if they know where William is. They search their house. The mother is crying and confused. When the birth father arrived home to find William is missing, he says, "What's going on?" Salvation Army workers arrive, but the father becomes angry about facts. They've messed up, and the minister has a duty of care to keep him safe until 18. And he will later say that. 5 p.m, the neighbour, Lynn Hellspart, turns on to the food van for weary searchers, and overnight the temperature drops to below 13.2 degrees. Now, I'm not saying that obviously the father was in the right here, but you have to understand too how these parents would have been feeling. Like, imagine if your child was taken into care and at 4 p.m. you got a knock on the door saying that your son was missing. You would be going crazy, and you would be wanting to blame someone, and docs would be the first person that you would be blaming because they're supposed to look after our children. Do you know what I mean? If they take children from us, they are supposed to look after them. So Saturday the 13th of September at 6 a.m, a large-scale search mounted to find William. A command post is set up at Kendall Showgrounds. Police encourage volunteers to wear their high-vis gear to help in the search with officers, sniffer dogs, SES, and polar bear helicopters. Hundreds register, including the Surf Lifesavers, the Rural Fire Service, and locals on horseback, trail bikes, and with their own dogs in search of the scrub. Now, this near Benura Drive and Kendall, it's bushland. Like, as I said, I lived there. It's just bush. It is near ranges, so it does get quite condensed bushland up there, but that's literally all it is. And again, as I said, all these people coming in, as you can see, there's a lot of people now trampling through what could have or should have been the crime scene. So at 9:20 a.m., police reveal that William suffers from asthma. Police increase the search area and police divers are sent to check the dams and the waterways. By 6:30, the Mid-North Coast LAC Commander Superintendent Paul Fallon says that the volunteers can arrive at 7 a.m. for searches to resume on Sunday. So September 14th, hundreds continue to search in the rugged terrain. The foster mother gives her first statement to police. Now, I do want to say here, when this hit the news in Australia, it was very hard for us to know because none of us were allowed to know at the time that William was actually a child in care. So usually when a child goes missing, the parents come out, they will, do their plea to try and get the children back. But in this case, the parents couldn't do that because they were foster parents. With William being in care, we weren't allowed to know that until later on when an amazing woman took them to court before. We'll get into that. But yeah. So do you know what I mean? It was a lot of Australians felt like we were getting told half a story as well when this case was breaking. So the 15th of September, there was more massive search continues with the sex crime officers from the newly framed strike force, Roseanne, speaking to the local residents. Again, and this is why it does remind me of summer, there was a lot of sex offenders around the area. A lot of them have been ruled out, but again, as we say, they are there and they do have their history and their past. So on the 18th of September, the foster mother picks up a relative from Port Macquarie Airport and suddenly remembers 3 strange cars being in Benuna Drive when William disappeared. She gives the second police statement at Port Macquarie and says while searching for William on September 12th, she heard a quick, sharp, high-pitched scream from the rills and grassy knolls, so just from the grass. The sound was like when a child hurts themselves, although maybe it was a bird. Again, do you know what I mean? It's there. The 20th of September, the foster parents issue thank you letters to all the searchers. The 21st of September, police scale back the search. On the 6th of the 1st, 2015, the media reports claim Superintendent Paul Fallon has denied reports that the investigations are treating the case as a targeted abduction. On the 21st of the 1st, 2015, police descend on the town of Laurelton and on a house at Bonny Hills, 26 kilometres east of Kendall, belonging to a washing machine repairman, Bill Spading. Police will search the house, drain a septic tank, and find nothing, and Mr. Spading later being cleared of any connection with William's disappearance. Now, at the time, and this is something else I will go into, is when Bill Spading was, he was named a person of interest in the case, and it has come out that he wasn't. He wasn't there. Didn't have anything to do with William. He has sued the police force because they actually ruined his life with this. This came, do you mean it was headlines for a long time when they thought he was the person of interest. But that's another thing that we will go into. So the 19th of the 2nd, 2015, the strike force Rona asked for anyone within a 1 kilometre of 48 Benuna Drive on the morning of September 12th to come forward. and police searched the Bonny Hills bushlands as well. So Laurelton, like where Kendall is, Laurelton's sort of straight across from it, and Bonny Hills is further along the beach line kind of thing. So Laurelton's on the beach and Bonny Hills is further along. On the 17th of the 3rd, 2015, the foster mother gives her third statement to police with a detailed description of the two cars, a white and a dark grey, she saw in the street on the day. On the 17th of the 4th, 2015, the strike force Roseanne reveals it is investigating a large pedophile ring at the mid-north coast attached to William's disappearance. On the 26th of the 6th, 2015, on what would have been William's 4th birthday, Strike Force Roseanne Commander, Detective Chief Inspector Gray Jubilant, says William may still be alive. On the 7th of the 9th, 2015, the foster mother's phone call to 000 is released to the media. And I do have that on my channel too, so if we might go to it, but if we don't get time, it is there for you to listen to. So the 20th of the 12th, 2015, the foster mother says that William's sister may have been the only witness to the abduction and that she knows a bad person who took William. So on the 12th of the 9th, 2016, a reward for finding William is announced. Despite it being known William is a foster child under the law, this is yet to be publicised. So again, as I said, by this time we still didn't understand that William was a child in care. And a lot of people in Australia, even though we all wanted to find William, they were divided because we all felt something was being held back from us. Sorry, I'm not watching chat, so I'll come back to it. I'll lose myself if I do. So the 7th of the 9th, 2016, facts seek and receive an injunction preventing publication of William being under parental responsibility of the Minister of Facts and in foster or out-of-home care. January 2017, following a legal bid by the child welfare advocate Alana Smith, and this is who I say is amazing. She brought so many answers to all of us that had so many questions. And as you know, a lot of you do because you are overseas, that, do you know what I mean, trying to get anything of a case in Australia is really, really hard. So when Alana done this, it really broke this case for a lot of us. So she was the advocate for New South Wales Supreme Court and the Justice for Paul Brenton rules for the William Foster status and can be revealed due to substantial public interest in the identity of out-of-home care system. He rules that the public has been misled and have been given to think that his carers are his parents. Facts appeals the decision and the rule remains secret. But basically what happened is, do you mean there are still things that are obviously kept from us, but we were told at that stage that William was a child in care, and it did make everything fit because, do you mean these parents weren't coming out? People were thinking, like, did they not care? But it was because they were foster parents. And that's when things sort of started just making a little bit more sense. So August 2017, the Court of Criminal Appeals upholds justice in the decision, which is fairly revealed to the media and the community. So that's when we found out. So July 2018, Gary Jubilant leads a last-ditch search on the Kendall area for signs of William, but nothing vital is found. September 2018, the inquest announced into the William Tyrrell's disappearance. So late 2018, tensions begin to boil in the New South Wales homicide squad between detectives investigating William, despite over the focus on one or more persons of interest. This will soon lead to Jubilant stepping down from the strike force as well. March 2019, a week of preliminary hearings on the William Tyrrell inquest opens at Lincoln Coroner's Court. William's biological parents speak out about their grief over their son's abduction. June 2019, Mr. Jubilant is charged with breaches of surveillance devices and allegedly recording conversations with parents, including a Kendall neighbour, Paul Savage. July 2019, the Jubilant retires from the New South Wales Police and appears in court on 4 charges for which he has pleaded not guilty. August 2019, there was an inquest into William's disappearance, like the inquest resumed. So that was where I ended it. And Jimmy, I was going to do this one for so long, but since I actually made this, and this was the Spider-Man suit that he went missing in, I will say that. A lot more has happened in the case. So they did do another search for William. It was in December. They went back out. I think it was for about 14 days, but this is another thing we will look into. I know they did find material, but it hasn't came back whether it was actually material of William's. At the same time, the foster parents were both charged with assault to a minor, not being William, but obviously because he was missing, but they have both been charged. They did plead not guilty to that. They are using the mental health for the reasons of, do you know what I mean, them of not guilty. And I do know that the foster mother was recharged with fresh charges of assault against a minor as well. And just within the last, I think, 2 days, the last 48 hours, the foster father has now been charged on 2 counts of lying to the New South Wales Crime Conduct. So this is where I really think this story is going to go. And do you know what I mean? I do think we're going to find answers for William. And as I said, I know this was just a really quick timeline, and there's so much that we can look into, and that's what I want to do. But I'm going to see if I can bring up a map to show you. So this is Benuna, where he went missing. So this is Kendall. Just see if you can see where it is. And just down here is where he went missing. So here is the Pacific Highway. So as you can see, it's not like the big yellow line is where our Pacific Highway is. And you can see it's not very far. It's like a 2-minute drive. So this shows you a little bit more of the area. This is the house. So this was the foster parents' house. You can sort of see a little bit more there. And if you can see on the, like at the back is the veranda that they think William could have gone off as well. And you can kind of see the bushland as well. So again, you can see the house up there. So it just sort of shows you the area, but if you look, you can see that also the bushland and just how thick all of this is. And this was a no-through road as well. So, do you know what I mean? If people really didn't have a reason to come up this street, so to see two strange cars on the side of this road as well would have really stood out. Okay. Just 2 seconds. I'm just trying to get into the other screen. Bear with me, please. Okay. I think I've got it now.
And let's see if I can catch up with William. Woohoo! Here I come. Where's that William guy? You're doing really well. Here I come, William. I'm right next to you.
Daddy, I did
So he's absolutely beautiful.
Hello. Look at you. Have you finished?
No, I didn't.
Lick your fingers. Lick your hand. Happy birthday, William. Go, William. Yay!
Pause that one. I'm also just going to play. So this is the foster father going through like his version of events on the day.
I then said to well, where is he? Where's he gone? She said he was here 5 minutes ago. Here 5 minutes ago. Still sitting down.
Yep.
Right. I said, well, where's he gone? She said, I can't find him. So I won't run for the purposes.
Yeah,
right?
we won't be keep up.
But I started to go down here. I was calling his name.
Were you motioned?
Sorry?
Were you motioned this way, do you think? Or she actually identified you?
She said that he was last seen around here.
Yep.
But I thought, okay, well, you know, if he was down at the road, you possibly would have seen him.
So
He's in his bright clothes.
just for the video.
Yep.
Just can you say your own name? Just how loudly you said that?
In my own name.
You just so we can have an example.
William, come on, William. Where are you, William?
Thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's
So-
continuing all the way down here.
Yeah, I didn't go down here initially, because I could see that area, but I thought that if he's gone somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I continued to traverse across, and I was following every area. I was looking because I knew what he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I continued to follow down.
And that's the Spider-Man suit.
Yeah. But I would have walked. You know, I think I came over here. I did 90 minutes in this area.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm not going to take you through the 90 minutes,
Yeah.
but I went down, and you know, I've been in Cubs, Scouts, Venturers. I've been out bush on motorbike trips and all that sort of stuff. Pretty static in that regard. I would go to a section where I'd know, okay, well, there's fencing there.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't get through.
Yeah.
Right, we could drive him down a specific direction. So I then just went out towards the street. Couldn't see anything there, but trying to uncover things as I went.
Mm-hmm.
Then
So you've checked that dollhouse over there?
I absolutely went through there, went in their house, went around their house, went in their because they weren't home.
Yep.
I went in their carport. They've got a caravan in there. It's all locked away. I went in there. I checked under
And that
there.
was locked?
Caravan was locked. Yeah, absolutely.
So you're being fairly systematic, is that?
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it?
Yep. And I was looking at everything I possibly could. I then couldn't find him. I then found there's a walking trail or a trail that leads to the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
I followed that. You know, I was still looking for things on the ground. If there's something, you know, I'd lost a shoe or something
And
like that.
you were yelling all this time? Or
All this time, yeah.
did the yelling increase in
Yes.
being louder and louder?
Excuse me. Sorry.
That's right.
Whoops. Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yelling for him all the time.
Okay. So at
Okay.
what point do you cross over back to Benaroon?
I can't remember exactly because I came back up. So I got down to this point where, you know, you had no choice but to come back across.
Mm-hmm.
I ran back up here. I could see had kind of again come down this sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
She's calling out for him. She's looking down that side. I can see that she's distressed as well.
Did you notice anyone else around?
Not straight away. Not straight away. They're away. I didn't even look up there. There didn't seem to be anyone else coming out around this area, coming out of their house or anything like that.
Is there any particular reason why you focus on this corner? Or it just seemed logical to you?
It just seemed logical. That was the last place she saw him. He's got asthma. He wouldn't probably spend his time going uphill.
Mhm.
Could
Yep.
it would just be too hard for him, and that was the last place that she saw him in around, just on that grass area. And she said he was just here. So I said, okay, well if he's just here, and the I guess he's a little bit like water. It's the least a path of least resistance that he'd go down. Look, I mean, he's up to here on me. He's tiny, but he's wearing his blue and red Spider-Man outfit. He would have been easy to cover.
So if you put your hand, that's his height.
I put my hand on his head.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
not straight, but just slightly bent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So I then went off in this direction, went on off in that direction. I then came out. I would have been on the road. I said, "Have you seen it?" Because I was.
are we seeing anyone by this stage?
Yeah, had gone down to some of the neighbours across this sort of area because they had started to come out because they could hear me calling. I then started to go, okay, well, he's got to be somewhere else. So I then went.
Would it be fair to say? Would you have noticed other people, or
Yes.
you're just solely looking for the red and white, the red and blue?
No, I was looking for him, but I then started because calling out, yelling out, and she just started to go up and down the street. People were coming out.
So who was the first person, other than other than a family member or a friend, that you saw? Where was their location?
There was a lady talking to over there. I don't know her name. Knows her, but then I started to go into other people's houses. I was backtracking. I was looking under the houses. I was jumping fences. I was looking for where there were pools.
Did you speak to anyone? Did you say anyone? Do you see anyone that says, "Where's Will"? You know what I mean?
Yes. I did come across people. I couldn't be exactly sure who they were.
Where the first one was? I know it's hard to remember.
I came across no one there. Until a search later on.
Do you want to move down a bit so
It
help your
possibly,
memory,
yeah,
perhaps?
sure. It possibly, I can't recall whether it was even this person in this house here.
So obviously we're skipping the actual route that you told.
Yeah. I don't think you would have been able to catch up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that. So even this.
So the other one I just wanted to play was the triple O call. So this was the triple O call.
Emergency, this is Simone.
Yeah, hi. My son is missing. He's 3.5. Sorry.
What's your address?
Benaroon Drive, Kendall.
Okay, Benaroom Drive in Kendall.
Yes,
All right, I'm just going to bring that up on my map. It won't be a moment.
thank you.
How long has he been missing?
I think we've been looking for him now for about 15 or 20 minutes, but
Okay.
I thought it could be 5, it could be longer, because he was just playing around here. We heard him, and then we heard nothing.
Okay. So what the nearest cross street being Ellendale Crescent, is that right?
So what is it?
Ellendale Crescent?
I don't know. This is my mum's house.
Okay.
Hang on. There's another lady out helping us look for him. I'll see if I can find her. But it's Benaroon, BENAROO.
Yeah, I can see where you are. I'm just wondering. Yeah, so it's Benaroon Drive in Kendall, and I've got your nearest cross street as being Ellendale Crescent.
It could be. I don't know.
Okay. So he's been missing since about 10:30.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, can you describe him to me? How tall? Obviously not very tall.
No,
But
he'd be about 2.5 feet. He's wearing a Spider-Man outfit.
yeah. What kind of hair has he got?
He's got dark sandy-coloured hair. It's short, and he's got really big browny green-coloured eyes.
Okay. What's he got any shoes on? Do you know any other distinguishing features?
He's got a freckle on the top of his head when you part the hair on the left-hand side.
Yep.
You'll see a freckle on the top of his head.
Okay. All right. Do you know where he might have gone?
We actually live, Mum's property is near a state forest.
Okay.
And they're on huge blocks. We've walked up and down Benaroon Drive, and we can't find him.
Okay. What's his name?
William.
What's William's surname?
Tyrrell, Tyrrell.
Okay. Has he been known to sort of go anywhere?
No, this is the first time.
The first time
completely out of character.
There wasn't anyone suspicious in the area? Any vehicles?
No. Well, not that I'm aware of. I was out there talking with Mum and my other daughter, so.
Okay.
And we heard him roaring around the garden, and then I thought, I haven't heard him. I better go check on him and
all right.
find him.
We'll send police to see you at Benaroon Drive in Kendall. We'll also get the message broadcasted to all the cars and people look out for him as well.
Yes,
okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, yeah. I'll just turn that off. So, as you can see, it is a really big story. You can probably start to see some of the flags of why I keep referring that it is our version of Summer's case. But William has been missing for 7 years. And do you know what I mean? This is another case that hasn't gone cold. It is still very active, and we're still trying to find answers. As I said, because it is such a big case, I am going to be doing a couple of shows, a little series on it, where we're going to go back and we're going to look at each part and each moving part of the case as it happened and re-look at it just with some fresh eyes and keep our eye out on what is happening with the foster parents right now. I do know the next one for the foster father is in March, but I will get the dates and I will add them. Also, there is a page on Facebook, and I will put it into the description of this, and it's called Finding William. It's a very good page to keep to the facts, but the lady who runs it also keeps, she gets everything. So as soon as something comes to light on this case, you can guarantee that she has it on her page. So I am going to put her page as well into the description. So feel free to go and add yourself to that. You can go over some of them. But as I said, I also have a playlist on my channel what will have a lot of the interviews with the foster parents and things. And if you do miss one of my episodes and you want to go back, then you can go back and it'll be in the playlist of William. But I just want to thank everybody for coming and giving me an hour or so just to introduce you to William. I have had it running across the bottom, our number for Crime Stoppers. If anyone in Australia, anywhere really, but anyone has heard anything or just knows anything. Do you know what I mean? The little bit that you might not think is anything could be something that they need to solve it and to get justice. And that's something that we all have to do. Do you know what I mean? All their voices need to be heard and their stories need to be told so that we can finally get justice for these little babies. But thank you everybody for coming and listening.